Series Edition LLC. Excuse the messy environment. So I got to clean up in here a little bit due to the fact that I've been on site working on a project involving our screen paint products. We're doing a demonstration on some silver we found here, and of course white. And the reason why I tell you that watch this video before buying any projector, before buying any screen paint, anything, as I told you before, when you're buying a product, you want to make sure that the product is tested. You want to make sure that the person who's selling the product can show proof that the product was tested before it was sold. Also, too, you want to do a white surface comparison. See how much there's going to be a difference between your white screen and their product before you buy it. Also, too, most importantly, you want to make sure that the product is not matching any form of house paint products, because again, you don't want to turn around, buy something, and find out later on you could have done it yourself, because you don't want that nightmare. Keep in mind, we're on site and we have to do this all the time. Every time somebody walks through that site area, I literally have to put up that piece of black and say, look, see, there's a difference right here, because we're always questioning on that, which is good, which we advise people to do. But you have to be to back that up. Now we have silver. Found some silver here, and we got some white. Show you the difference. Some people have been informed sites, but we had a conversation with a fellow who thought that silver and white and gray screens were the best way to go. Projector wise, well, the reason why you're told to spend all this money for these overpriced projectors is because the screen is lacking. That's why. The screen doesn't have the ability to pull contrast nor color, especially when they're white, gray, and silver. And due to that problem, that's the reason why you have to go out and spend all this money for these expensive projectors to fix what the screen can't do. So over here, we're using our $270 Chrissy projector. I love when we do these demonstrations. We'll have people come in from time to time and say, well, hey, your projector is 4,000 lumens. Well, guess what? 4,000 lumens won't work on your screen. It works on ours. So that pretty much sums it up right there. So this is my Chrissy LW401 Chrissy projector. It's an old projector, as you can see. It's an old beat up projector. We're not even using, this is taco area. We're using our VGA's adapters. That's it. So even if it doesn't have HDMI ports on the back of it, it really doesn't make a difference, especially when it comes to our products. Our products will allow your 720p to look absolutely incredible. Do you need a 4K projector? No, you do not. And the reason why is because I'm going to post a video below. It's a link I sent to a couple of people. We did a demonstration on a ViewSonic PX747 when they first came out. 4K projector, and we're talking about native 4K, not pixel shipping. And you'll see that we're able to match a 720p. All right, so let's go back to the beginning of this video. And I do, one minute, let this play a little bit. Looking for something here. Technology under the dedicated black Cinemax. White surface, representing white screen, silver screen right there. We also can show you the difference between our product and everyday black paint. Like I said, we do this constantly all the time, when we're on site or when we're here. And to show you our screen is black. There you go. We can see about the sun. Oh, I forgot to turn our lights on. Technology is fully ambient light projection technology. We need desperately, because again, while I'm working on site, it's pretty bright in that bad boy. So we need for all those picture frames to pop while we're in there. And again, we're using this on projectors in that setup. Like we're going to use the NEC, so like under 200 bucks for that setup in there. And I'll show you the color balance. Red screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
As you can see, you can't really pick up color. Silver actually picks up better than gray. Did you know that? Designed enough of those. Purple, different colors. It won't pull. It's a 4,000 lumen projector. It can't read it. It only reads our screen. Starfield screensaver.
Getting that from YouTube.
100% black levels. Sorry about that, people. I gotta deal with these morning allergies. So if your answer is to be better contrast from the white and gray screens is to buy a more expensive projector with a higher contrast, then you've already failed already. You've spent money to actually get a darker shade of gray. You won't achieve black. Same conversations we have here, same thing at the site. Anytime someone sees that screen sitting on the wall, they have a ton of questions about it. And they're used to using white and gray screens, or mostly white screens we bump into, not usually gray. "4K snow screensavers."
Getting that from YouTube.
Meet the Ninja Woodfire Outdoor Grill and Smoker. Sear and char like a full-size propane grill. Smoke and create authentic bark. Air fry outdoors and add woodfire flavors to any dish. Grill outside the lodge with the Ninja Woodfire Outdoor Grill and Smoker.
All right, let's move past this. There we go. Now, for those you're saying that, well, your white levels aren't bright enough. Actually, they are bright enough, because if your white levels are too high, you can't see color. And we don't want to match this at the end of the day, which is everyday black paint. So that's what we don't want to come up looking like. That black surface on the far end, that's black paint. We don't want to be in that range anywhere. We don't even want to come up that dark. I don't know what kind of pollen trees they have down here, but gee whiz Louise. But then again, living next to a golf course was a little bit worse, a lot worse. And I had to work outside and all that. Now, really quick, you see that bright, blinding area right there? You know what that is? That's silver. Silver picks up a higher white level than actual gray. Some people will come on here and say, oh, gray screens pull the high. No, they don't. It'll be a silver screen. It'll have that capability, but silver screen also will wash out 10 times faster when it comes to color and contrast, because it does pull a very high white level. Also, too, if you don't tame it right, it does have a very bad habit of hot spotting. Some other ones. So the reason why we show up the black also too is because, again, when I do demonstrations, I'll do like to show off black paint versus our product, so that way the customer has some insurance that way at the end of the day, he or she is not getting ripped off. Because if you can't do this demonstration, you basically should be selling screen paint products. You have to be to tell people, show people the difference between your product and everyday form of acrylic paints. All screen paints, as I explained before, are acrylic, every single one of them. But you have to be to show there's a difference between your product and any other acrylic product. And that's where we have problems, that we're in a day where you have to be careful when you're buying. You have to request those three things. You want to know the difference between the product and a white screen. Make sure you're getting a large difference. You want to make sure that the product is tested. There you can see test demonstrations timestamped before the product was sold, showing your product was officially tested. And most importantly, you want to make sure you see demonstrations to make sure that product is not matching everyday household paints. We want to get ripped off that kind of money. This is the same way we educate people offline. When I'm doing business, I'm painting in a screen, I'm working around the environment. We have people come in that are going back and forth this building and they ask questions about the screens and the things we tell them they buy online. Ask for those three things when you buy from anybody. Make sure they can show tests on the product before the product was sold. If there are no tests, then you don't know what you're getting yourself into. Another thing you want to make sure, as I said before, make sure there's a huge difference between your white screen and that product. Because again, you don't want to end up in the long run painting over something and going, there's not much of a difference here. You did all that work for nothing. And most of all, make sure the product does not match any form of over-the-counter. I don't think I can think about it as over-the-counter. I don't know anything else besides it wouldn't be over-the-counter, because again, that means you would have made it by scratch, and that's virtually impossible because again, you would have to have a serious test facility, licenses, zoning in order to be able to accomplish that to begin with. That's not going to happen. This isn't like baking a cake. These are basically chemicals at the end of the day. Let's bring out for the white screen. I'm going to do some more of these because I love doing these. The black versus black demonstrations. I love those because they're fun to do. There we go. That's the screen we're going to bump into the most. The white screen. We always bump in those all the time. Let's go with Samsung 4K demonstrations. Now this is usually a screen we bump into all the time, due to the fact that, there's a lot of white screens out there. That's why.
Pre-order Diablo 4.
Doing that. Now this shows you at 4,000 lumens how much you are losing from your white screen without our technology. I will be doing a lot of black versus black demonstrations. I'm thinking about doing an entire web page for it. The new stuff that we have here, this is quite different than the professional one. It was made differently. So it has capabilities that a professional one doesn't have yet. This one also too has some of that legendary 77, which someone physically thought it was a screen paint. No, that's an element. Actually, for next year, we're going to be working on more elements in physical screens. We're switching over to something different. We're going to have screen paints. These will be the screen paints that will be for the lineup. But we do want to do something different. I do want to start developing my own formulas for coating screens. Special formulas that are much different than this. And we also decided that the Sugar Plum Fairy and that the Leviathan will be physical screens. It's much easier that way. Because then we can design them the way we want to design them. We can basically customize screens around the technology, which is much better. So if I want to get my screen 3D printed by a professional, I can basically have a screen 3D printed. I'm not going to tell you how we're adding in the formula, but I can tell you one thing, it's not sprayed on. Now see, this is why I tell people at the end of the day, be very careful about taking things off our website and insinuating. Don't ever insinuate. You can always change out at will. The reason why the products weren't launched yet, because again, we haven't decided what we're going to do with them yet. I've seen people try to take stuff off our website and try to claim it as their own and turn around and find out it was something completely different. Yeah, there you go. But no, they're going to be physical screens. The majority of most people that are gaming really don't want to paint anything. Most of them just want to just put the screen up, be done, and that's it. Fast and quick. Now, will it be wallpaper? We don't even know yet. Can't even give you that one either. It is going to be a screen though, we can tell you that much. So I have to go in and change everything on the website. I think we did put paint down a couple of times in it and remove that out and put down screen. Let's get here we go. I like this one.
Whatever you're about to watch will be better if you're frosting the film break.
Now, the reason why I tell you to wait before you buy a projector and screen, like I said, number one, you don't have to spend the money. Spend the money for 4K, not needed. They say it's needed, but it's not needed. Spend the money for 1080p, again, not needed. This is a 720p projector we're using in the demonstration. Last one we had in here was $37. So you really don't have to spend that money if you don't want to. It's up to you. You have an option. You're not forced to buy it. You have to be stuck in dark environments? No, you do not. We're not in a dark environment. You have to calibrate. No, you do not have to calibrate. Somebody tried to go in and confuse it by saying that, oh, calibrating is adjusting the projector. No, it isn't. I have a friend who's a professional in the projection field, and he can tell you otherwise. No, that's not true. That's called adjusting your projector. It's not calibrating. You can literally buy software for calibrating projectors, TVs, and everything. It's not going in and adjusting. No, that's not calibrating. That's called adjusting. There's how-to videos they literally have on software, on how to use software to calibrate projectors. I even have a software that I use to calibrate my speakers. So no, that's not true. This is why some of these people need to be removed off YouTube altogether. They give off so much false information, it's not even funny. If you want to achieve a 100% black level, you cannot get that on spending all this money for a projector with a high contrast ratio. It's not going to happen. You will pick up shades of gray. You will never see 100% black. That's not going to happen. So you wasted your money on that one, so don't bother going down that road. You have to be careful about other people that are making black paints at the end of the day to make sure, again, they are tested. And the black on black test and a bunch of other tests need to be done and showcased on the website. And again, they must show proof that the product was tested before it's sold. I don't understand that one. I would never understand why people don't test their products. How do you troubleshoot something that you don't even know anything about? The customer literally will have more experience on that screen paint than you will because they're the ones actually doing the real testing on it and you're not. I literally heard someone say, we're not going to mention a name because we don't want them on our channel anymore for what they represent. But as I said before, we literally heard someone say that it's up to the customers to test the screen. Have you lost your marbles? That must be fantastic when it comes down for brakes for your car. Oh, don't bother testing them. They'll figure it out. Knockoff projectors, don't touch them at all, period. I don't care how many bells and whistles they promise you at the end of the day. Out of 100, I guarantee you 80% of those bells and whistles ain't working. Guarantee you. I've had conversations with sites I've actually got them to confess what the projectors actually were. I actually got 2 of them, hoping to get like 3 or 4 or 5 confessions. But I actually got them to confess that the projectors were basically 1080p base. Because I'm not your everyday customer. I know what I'm talking about when I go into a channel, so you can't pull that nonsense on me at the end of the day. So we don't support them, because specifications are fake. They won't work on our products, we don't support them. Now, how much money can you save? Well, tons with our product. Again, our technology can take out gunmetal, and gunmetal is a screen that will cost you anywhere in the range of $3,000 to $7,000 and more. And our technology has already been tested, so we basically, at the end of the day, can knock out a gunmetal screen with ease. So that saves our customers thousands and thousands of dollars.
This is a butter.
As for gray and white screens, well, no, they can't beat gunmetal technology because gunmetal can produce a higher contrast, better color, and it can maintain white levels.
Butter cookie wrap Haagen-Dazs.
You can also check out our test demonstrations posted directly to our website. We also have the highest black versus black and any other test demonstrations you will find on YouTube. And also too, we have more outdoor demonstrations than any other screen paint. So that's also too, if you're wondering about using our products outside, that's also another fantastic option that you can actually use our product outside as well as inside. And they're showing you right there the difference between a white screen. So if you do have a white screen, this is a fantastic way to upgrade it. So how much would this cost you? Well, let's see. 120 inch of our body is $214. This is one of our lowest kits. 150 inch is $262, and a gallon is around $362, I think it is. Consider the fact that our technology is fully ultra short though compatible, which some black screen paints we've seen are not. Where our product is fully ambient light projection technology, we can show the difference between our product and a white screen. We do not match black house paint in any way whatsoever, as you saw in the demonstration. And on top of that, there's no calibrating or any other nonsense you have to go through. Best part is a one-coat application. No need to go through crazy, insane instructions to figure out how to paint the screen. Now, again, with our technology having the ability to overpower a $4,000, $5,000 screen, you save money. And again, we don't require expensive projectors, so you save money again. All right, hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. I have to go. Thank you for your time, and God bless.